Here, the head coach of the Cavalier women's golf team, Robin Dotson. Coach, it's been a long, strange year. Golf, probably one of the sports that's been impacted by this COVID. I would say probably as least as any. I know you probably couldn't do a lot of teamwork. How'd you keep your kids, in shape golf-wise and out on the course? Were they able to play during the pandemic? And I guess just an update on the program overall.
Well, Daryl, we were able to play some in the fall. We got a late start, but we probably got about a month's worth of practice. We didn't have any fall competitions, but we did have our co-ed Cavalier Classic, which our players enjoyed very much, and something that we look to make an annual thing. The weather this spring has been horrendous for us, as it has for all outdoor sports. But as far as the program goes, we've got 6 golfers this year, and excited that we're able to go and compete as a team. We're getting ready to leave for Hilton Head Sunday morning, compete in the Pfeiffer Invitational down there, and looking at the teams that are going to be in it, I think we can be competitive with them. So we're looking forward to some warmer weather and seeing how we can compete with some of these folks.
Well, you mentioned the first one, the Pfeiffer Invitational down in Hilton Head. Looking at your schedule, you have a tri-match after that with Concord and Emory and Henry. And then you're hosting a tournament later in the year at Cattails over in Kingsport in April. Talk about how you set your schedule up this year, trying to play competitive golf here at all these events.
Well, I wanted to we traditionally play in the Agnes McAmis tournament at Tusculum, and got a very nice event I think we're going to in Richmond, Kentucky, that Alice Lloyd hosts. And I tried to schedule a couple of dual or tri matches where, we could just go one day and play. It's tough sometimes in golf because most events are Monday and Tuesday, and, you have to travel and stay in motels. And we're trying to limit that some this year with COVID. But we also want an opportunity to just get out and play and not always have to miss so much class. So probably got an extra match or two in here that we may not have had if we hadn't have missed our fall season. But, the SAC is at the top end of the women's golf. It's very competitive. We're hoping to climb up and, get off the bottom and start competing with some of the mid-level teams and see how it goes from there.
COVID-wise, I know all sports are different. COVID-wise for golf and women's golf and your team, what are some things that you all have had to do? I know you coached basketball in a local high school. I know at one point you couldn't even really practice with shared basketballs. What are some of the rules golf-wise that you all have had to adhere to, and maybe some of the difficulties that's presented?
Well, there hadn't been a whole lot of difficulties. The game of golf itself has changed a little bit over the past couple of years. There were some rule changes put in a couple of years ago to speed up the game. And that was one, allowing the flagstick to stay in when you're putting. And that will be prevalent in all of our matches. And most courses now have also put in, they've just taken styrofoam noodles and cut them off and put them in the hole so that you don't have to reach your hand all the way down in the bottom of the cup. And potentially touch an area that somebody else has touched. As far as mask-wise, once we get on the first tee, we can take our mask off and play normally. I think most of the grouping will be in 3 players or less, and traditionally golf is played in groups of 4. So other than that, there's not a whole lot that COVID has affected, unless it keeps us from getting out on the course, due to positive tests.
Coach, looking at your roster, you have a senior on the team, Bailey Anderson, local student athlete from Grundy. Hannah Dameron's a junior. She's from right here in Wise. Sarah Arnold from Gate City. And then you've got a host of newcomers, freshmen coming in on the team as well. Talk about your roster a little bit and maybe some of the strengths that these kids have in terms of their golf game.
Well, of course, Bailey's been with us, for 4 years, and Hannah has really progressed in her game. Sarah got to compete in half a season her freshman year last year. So, and she's a local kid too. So, I've always liked to have local kids when they're available. Our 3 freshmen, come in from with very good golf backgrounds, and hadn't been able to get them out on the course in a match yet. So I'm anxious to see how they do. And like I said, I think we'll be competitive in this tournament we're going to, and hopefully it'll be something we can build on.
Coach, when you and I talk at the end of the season, if you all have had a successful season, UVA-wise women's golf, what would you all have accomplished this year? What would you consider this to be a successful year here in 2021?
Well, a successful year for us would be to go and compete and, finish in some of our matches near the middle of the pack, I think. Like I said, in most of them we'll be underdogs. But I am excited that we can, put 5 people out there and score 4. So we'll have some options there. That's not been an option in the past because we've had, 2, 3, 4, and at the most, all 4 had to count. We lost a very good golfer in Katie Pritchett, but hopefully the rest of the group can cut some strokes and pick up the slack from losing her.
Coach, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Fans, Cavalier Golf begins February 28th this Sunday at the Pfeiffer Invitational down in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Coach, good luck this year, and maybe we'll catch up again maybe midway through the season.
All right. Thanks, Darryl. Appreciate you.